Did I miss any discussion of the status of discussions with the village? And if not, where does that stand both on the sewerage discussions and general intermunicipal relationship discussions?
Just ongoing.
Correct. Just information speaking, we had our initial meeting with the village on Wednesday of this committee, myself, Councilman Newbold, and Councilman Capella, on October 20. Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
21. Yeah. October 21. And in regards to the intermunicipal issues, if you will, you have presently scheduled a joint work session with them. I believe it was on November 3.
Second.
Apologize. I'm today off on each one.
No agenda yet.
No agenda.
So they're ongoing, but they've been started.
They have not defined an agenda yet?
They may have. I haven't got it yet.
Well, yeah, November 1st. It's in the mail.
Can't have everything.
Has this board indicated to the village any issues that they would like to discuss?
I have in the past, yes.
But not for this particular meeting? You're leaving it to them to define the
right.
agenda.
They called it. But no, I met with the mayor early on, I mean really early on, and had a half dozen things that I thought that we could work on together. Right. So I'm hoping that one of those things is what we'll be talking about. But we'll be prepared, whatever it is. We know a lot about a lot.
Leaving that, last night at the fire commissioners meeting, the public hearing on the budget, there was a question raised by Mrs. Bialis about cooperation in intermunicipal agreements. They seem to indicate that they were at a loss to save money by working with either the town or the village because it wasn't possible. Particularly, you raised the issue of lawn care and snow removal. They had talked about macadam maintenance, but basically they just threw up their hands and said, we can't do it, we don't know how. Does the town have any issues in perhaps in the area of liability or any other issues in terms of cooperating with the fire district?
Well, as Ken just said, we don't have a firehouse in the town. We have 3 in the village. I mean, that's one.
But the fire district does cover the town.
Sure. So I mean, I don't know. No one's talked to me about it. Has anybody talked to anybody else on the board? No. So if they came to you and were looking to save money by having town crews use town equipment to do maintenance, grounds maintenance, would that be an issue for the town? If we had to add people or whatever, I mean, we'd have to look at the situation.
You don't even give us a chance to discuss it. You just want an answer.
No, I'm asking if you'd be willing to discuss.
We need to know what it's all about.
But you're certainly open to discussing?
We're always open, you know us.
The short answer is yes.
To give you a direct answer, no, but...
I mean, if anybody in this community can save money, literally save money by talking to, we will certainly work on it. No question asked.
I'm just trying to give you an opportunity to say exactly that, because what was said last night was basically just how would you phrase it? They threw in the towel on the issue?
They said it could be litigation if something went wrong on the municipality. In other words, snow plowing, you could damage the door or something.
Except that we're all paying the same freaking taxes, so this pocket or this pocket.
You got litigation on anything you plow. Really?
I don't know. Okay.
It was just an opportunity for the record to be clarified, so that at this point now a discussion.
I will say, whether it be the library, the school, the village, the town, the fire department, if there's anything we can do to work together, we can work together.
Is this an encore?
No, I just want to ask you a question. Are you going to do the same thing and ask the same question at the village?
Sure. I have no problem with that.
So, just want to be on level playing field.
If I get there.
Well, they are located, as Ken had mentioned, they're located in the village, so shared services, whatever service, I mean, it's more important if they discuss it with the village. We're open to talking about it. They were the key player.
It would be my hope that both municipal entities would cooperate with the fire district, because the fire district covers the whole area.
We do plow the roads.
I'd like to ask a question, that is, I'd like to know the level of cooperation between the different fire departments. I mean, because I don't know, you know?
That's true.
You and how many other people?
Okay. But okay.
Go to Mulaney's, you'll find $1 million. We know where this comes in.
Yeah.
We do know where $1 million is in now.
Sure, please, George.
Joel, the avenue to do that, as far as I understand it, is intermunicipal agreements, and we've been talking about that over the months a lot. One that comes to mind, and I think it still is being done, back when I was in one of my older positions as a mayor, we negotiated a contract with the school district, and I think it's still in effect, but I'm not positively sure. They were getting a really high cost for carting their garbage, and so we have a garbage pickup here, so we entered into a municipal agreement with the school district. At that time, I think it was $26,000. We were saving, we were getting a revenue from it, and the school district was saving quite a bit of money from the quotes that they got from the private cars. So I mean, that's just just one example, and I think it's all the so I guess what I'm trying to say is it can be done. It's just not you can't do it. It can be done, but there has to be this agreement between the two people, the legal entities, correct, right? And of course, it has to be a win-win situation, right, for both parties.
All understood before I asked the question. The question was asked simply to create the opportunity for it to be answered.
We also have agreements with the school with joint recreation to use their facilities, gyms, this, that, and we've been doing some of those things with the school for some time.
Well,
Luke can probably give me more insight on this, but they do purchase fuel from us. We purchase fuel in bulk, and then they come down and purchase fuel from us. So we are saving them funds because we do purchase in bulk. They fuel up all their equipment.
Right.
And so there is some of that already being done. I'm not sure if they realize that or not.
Yeah, we have a 24-hour day access to our fuel pods, and they their police vehicles and their fire vehicles and all that stuff gas up, fuel up at our facilities.
I think perhaps Doris has something to say about what was said last night.
Well, I also brought this up to them a year ago at that public hearing, and I spoke with someone on the board, and they said no, they never came to us about this, and yet at the meeting it sounded like, oh yeah, well.
At the meeting they acknowledged that they were getting fuel from this cooperative source, but then complaining that they were being charged for it, and then complaining that they were being charged a fee on top of the cost.
Oh, you know what that is? We just put in a gazillion-dollar system, and we're saying, I wrote a letter to them, said, would you share in the cost of putting in this computerized system that we have to have for the DEC compliance? And the answer was no. But charge us per gallon going forward, we'll have no problem. So that's exactly what we did. And so we determined payback over so many years, and it's
we charge all departments.
All departments.
I know that there's a shared sentiment on this board. The greater cooperation between the operational entities, the better. As I say, I just asked the question so that it could be answered, because last night the response was sort of an inability to address it.
Okay. But thank you. Jerry?
When you were the mayor, if I'm correct, didn't you put out a memo forbidding consumption of alcohol in a firehouse that the village had owned?
No, I don't recall that. As a matter of fact, I remember there was a big bickering going on about one of the commissioners, I think, fire commissioners at the time, had to move a foot to ban drinking in the firehouses.
Right. I thought that was under your watch.
No,
I'm not being critical.
No, I'm saying, as far as I recall, during my watch, there was no any impetus at all from the village. It was all, there was one commissioner that was pushing for this as a fire commissioner to do that, and of course, you know, it was really controversial.